I've come to a realization. I've been watching these YouTube videos, and I'm not a person. I'm a misfit. I don't really fit in with anybody. I've always been to myself as well as a social butterfly. But I'm starting to observe people, and as I watch YouTube, I realize how people are so judged. You know, I guess that's why I don't like to show my face or, really be too open. And I probably share some of my most embarrassing, unshareable moments, but I'm like all different kinds of ways. And I'm trying to learn to embrace myself and get to know myself. And I'm so far behind. It's like when I was growing up, I was so fast. And then when I got grown, I'm a slow grown up, but I was a fast kid. And I'm just saying that to say this, like, who are we to judge? I see people as well as myself, and in our past, we do a lot of things that we're not so proud of. And as we grow old, or as we get older, we grow in wisdom and knowledge. You know, there's always room for change. And when we expose ourselves to have the strength to acknowledge your wrongdoing, i- is something to embrace, because when you embrace it, it'll be over before you know it. But when you deny it, it follows you all the days of your life until you accept it. And who are we to judge? And sometimes us judging people makes it hard for people to move forward in their life. Maybe the fact that they acknowledge the way they feel about themselves from the way that people feel about them means something so much that it helps them to change their life. You know, everybody deserves room to grow, and who are we to judge? But there's a lot of things I need to recognize about myself that I'm not ready to face, don't want to face, and I don't know. I don't owe it to nobody to face it up to anybody. But I'm up to standing up to myself for myself and growing. And I hide behind this camera and play peekaboo. But I love everybody, and I'm learning just like everybody else has to learn. And we all make mistakes, and we all need to learn to forgive others. God forgives, but we also all need to learn to also forgive ourselves in accepting the mistakes we've made. And that's a hard thing to do, because the biggest part of forgiving yourself is accepting the mistakes you made, and confronting those things, and knowing that you don't owe anyone an explanation, but we can offer our experience to people that are going through and help them along the way with our experience to give advice. Because who likes advice from somebody who hasn't been through that situation and got all the advice in the world? Like, I can't even consume it. But, to each his own. Um, I don't know what else to say, but I appreciate sharing this. Tomorrow will be a new day, and every post on my YouTube is don't nobody even know me. Ain't nobody paying attention to me. So I can do this like now. If I ever become known, I'd probably be embarrassed like a Miggy Figgy. That all of this stuff that I put on her thus far, and hopefully along the way I become a better person and I'm not embarrassed about the things thus far that nobody's interested in. But as I keep posting these posts, I pray that I grow and that my growth helps someone else grow. And I pray that I can forgive myself and that I could be forgiven. But it doesn't matter if the world forgives us as individuals or not. Um, we are forgiven if we believe. And it's always room for improvement if you don't believe that. You just work every day on making your life better. And it's a struggle if your life has been, you know, tribulation all the way, that you made for yourself, or that you didn't receive the growth that you were privileged to in your life, or that you weren't privileged to have that kind of growth. God is with you. You stand alone within yourself and improve for yourself, but forgive yourself and move along. And that's the most hardest thing to do, is to face yourself enough to forgive yourself with no explanations to people and their opinions. I'm struggling with it now. I'm probably the biggest hypocrite for saying that, because I know it to be a fact, but I know it to be tough for me. I tend to worry about what people say, and my feelings are easily hurt. That's why I like to be by myself, so I can observe myself and I can grow, and you know, and I'm not distracted when I'm alone. And I've become quite used to being alone. I guess YouTube is my friend because it's full of strangers. And I tend to communicate better with strangers because I know no stranger. I'm a happy person that knows no stranger. But I've known that the people I know the most, that I've known the longest, are the most awkward people around me. It's like, I think it's easier to talk to a stranger than to talk to people I know, because I stand to be judged. And I shouldn't feel that way. And so in my life, I'm working on that. You know, I'm working on me. I'm a work in progress. And every time I post, 9 times out of 10, I'm intoxicated. But it feels good to like talk all this stuff when I'm intoxicated and forget about it in the morning. This shit probably gonna follow me all the days of my life, and I'll probably be embarrassed later. But hey, at least I got it off my chest. I love everybody, and God loves you all.